Ma'am,
Yes.
can you repeat the disadvantages of linear ones? The-
Disadvantages of bus topology.
No, ma'am, that linear topology.
The linear topology is same as bus topology. They are just the alternative name for one another, right? Bus topology and linear topology.
Yeah.
The disadvantage for linear topology would be one will be that there would be a network congestion problem because all the systems will be sending the data into the same communication cable. So then there will be some network problem will be there, network congestion problem will be there. Also, since just a minute, now I'm just opening up the slides for you so that you'll understand better. Since so many systems are connected already to it, can you see the slide now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, since so many systems are connected and as the message is being passed between the different terminals, it moves from one to another, right? So in that case, the diagnosis of which particular node is creating a problem will be difficult because they are not directly communicating with one another. Instead of that, what is happening that one by one the systems are getting attached to one another, and if the message is passed from one to another, it is like rotating to each node, and then the node identifies its address and then it responds back. So in that way, if we are going for its diagnosis that which particular node is creating a fault, actually it would be very difficult for us and will be very time consuming and hectic work because we have to go to each node to identify whether that is creating a problem or not. Second can be its fault isolation, as its identification is difficult. Similarly, its isolation is also difficult because in case if a node is faulty on the bus, that means it must be rectified at that point, because if one of the node is faulty, that is connected to the entire backbone. So if that node, which is a faulty one, needs to be get removed from that particular cable connection, all other things will get disturbed. So its isolation is also difficult in that way. Next you have is repeater configuration, because if number of terminals will increase, then that the data shared between them will also get lost if so many terminals would be there. So to ensure that the data should not get lost, we use repeaters. And if you use repeaters, we have to reconfigure all the nodes which are connected into the network to just make ensure that this is a repeater but not a node. So its reconfiguration will be difficult again. Last one you have is nodes must be intelligent. Why? Because if they cannot identify that this particular data belongs to us and this message belongs to us, this address is for us, then they will not be accepting that particular data, and in that way the data will be keep roaming into the cable, and then finally terminator will remove it from the cable. So that way nodes must be intelligent, easy to, they should be capable enough of identifying their own data. One point which I have not included and I mentioned you on the first is that the network congestion will be there. Network congestion means that all the systems which are connected to the cable, they do not know actually that the near one cable is going to send a message. So everybody, whenever they have any message, they send it to the same cable. So if the same cable is having so many data from different devices or nodes, it would be like network congestion. That means so many data at once in a single cable, so that it would be difficult to handle there. So that is also a disadvantage which I have not included on the slides, but you can note it down into your notes. I hope that must be clear.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, other doubts regarding the bus topology or the star topology?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we have only 14 participants. I don't know why the rest are not joining. But then we'll start with our new topologies. What is the time? 10:55. Okay, 5 minutes are already done by the time. Okay, so the next topology we have in the picture is our ring topology. So by the time we have already covered our star topology, then bus topology, and then now it's time for our ring topology. Now you would be thinking that point-to-point topology is also covered. Yeah, that is also a topology, but repeating you again, that is more like a phenomenon which helps in development of another topology like star, mesh, ring. So that would be, if you write it into the topology, that is okay. But usually the topologies, main topologies are your star, your bus, ring, mesh. These four topologies are in your syllabus. Other than this, we have hybrid, tree, and graph, which will be covering this. But there's only four topologies are there as per your syllabus. Repeating it again: star, bus, not even ring is there. Star, bus, mesh, and I guess one more is your hybrid. Yeah, these four topologies are there. Okay, so moving on to the ring topology, what actually this topology says. According to this topology, let me just show you this slide. So what does this topology say? This topology says that there will be, each node will be connected to two neighboring nodes. You can see it in the picture that we have A that will be connected to B and also will be connected to D. In this way, each node will be connecting to the two neighboring nodes. And also the data transferred will be only in one direction. Here the data will be transmitted only in one direction. Suppose if A wants to talk or wants to send a message to D, A will send it in the same medium. So it will first go to B, then C, and then finally it will reach to the D. It is not like that A can directly communicate with D. They can communicate only when D sends a message to A. So they have to follow that particular cycle, one-way direction cycle. Now, one more thing over here is that each computer is maximum time it is occupied with a repeater, is having a repeater also with them. Like I've given you yesterday an example that if 90 people will be there in a class, it would be difficult for me to address each one of them, but I can use a mic which can amplify my voice and then it would be like audible to everyone. So in the similar way, here each node is having a repeater inside it, installed with a repeater. So what actually it does, as and when the data reaches to them, they amplify it or strengthen it, and then if even if it doesn't belongs to them, it does that, and then it sends into the medium transmission channel. So that is the way how it works or it functions. In that case, if suppose ring topology is having 100 nodes, then also there would be very less chances of data getting lost. Why? Because each of the terminal is anyway amplifying it. If amplification would not be there, might be like data is traveling into this transmission medium and may lose its energy while reaching to the end of the node, and may the data get lost to the transmission channel. So in the ring topology, that is not actually possible because the nodes are also having repeaters installed in it, which will be helpful for them to amplify the signal again, the message again. That is what your ring or circular topology states. So coming on to its advantage, the first advantage we have is short cable length. Now short cable length doesn't say that it has shorter length than the bus topology is having. The minimum length bus topology is the only one which is having the minimum length. After that, your star and then your ring will come. So the shortest cable is of bus, and then we can think about the star and the ring. Now see, but comparatively to other topologies, other means mesh or graph or tree, still ring topologies is having short cable length. Why? Because it is attached with only two neighboring devices, but not with anyone else. So we can say that it is having a short cable length. The second point says that no wiring closet space required. Why is it so? Because we know if you will see at the picture, okay, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here you can see that a single cable is only connected with one another. So in that way, they are saying that no wiring closer space is required. Since in other topologies, so many wires are connected. So we need specifically we need space for them to allocate a space in our building for just wiring only. Even if you see in so many societies, if they are using some land connectivity or light connection or something, is that we have a duct area where all the wires are kept. So in case of ring topology, we do not need to use that because only one cable is actually running across all the nodes. So in that way, we do not need to give a spatial space for just wiring. Third advantage we have is our easy to install, cheap to install and expand. It is easy to install since each computer is connected to two neighboring ones, so it is very easy to install. If any another system is also getting added to it, that another node will only have to just attach its both the sides with the neighboring elements. So in that way, it is very easy to expand and install. Any doubts in the advantages? Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay, then moving forward. Coming on to the disadvantage of the ring topology. So now we are seeing all the advantages, but then what is the disadvantage? So the first disadvantage is says that node failure causes network failure. Why is it so? Because you can see if B gets failed, it cannot send the data to the neighboring element. In that way, this will also become ineffective. So that is why it is telling that is saying that that node failure causes network failure. If one of the node gets failed, the entire network will get failed. Second is difficult to diagnose the problem. Why difficult to diagnose? Because you can see here each element is connected with one another and the data moves in one direction. Suppose if B is the defaulter over here, first of all, A will go to the B, will check whether it is default, then C will be set and then it will come to the D. So it would be like lengthy process. If it is only we talk about 4 nodes, it is quite easy. But if we talk about the 100 nodes and 98 node is having a problem, it would be difficult for us to diagnose. So that's why it is saying difficult to diagnose. Next, we have is network reconfiguration is difficult. Why it is difficult? Because if even a small section of the ring gets shut down, you cannot expect the remaining of the rings to still work. So it is like it is not possible to shut down a small section of the ring while keeping the majority of its working normally. That means that if one of the node will get failed, it will entirely impact on the remaining network also. So network reconfiguration is difficult then. Not robust is similar to the network reconfiguration, which says the same thing that if one of the, that means if any of the station, that means nodes, if you remove, that will disturb the whole topology. Like if we talk about star topology, if you remember, we can easily take one node out from there. And even though the entire network will function as it is, but not so in the case of ring topology. Because if you'll remove any of the node from there, the whole topology will get disturbed. So in that way, it is not robust. Any doubts with the ring topology? Featuring the main points that, any doubts? Okay, repeating again.
Ma'am, could you show the slide of the advantages, please?
Okay, I'm coming to advantages only. So here, one node is connected to two neighboring nodes. Second point, data flows in only one direction. Third point, every system is occupied with the repeaters, so the data loss is very few or reduces the case of data loss over here. This is what ring topology says. Advantages is it requires very short cable. No wiring closet is required as only one cable you can see that is connecting all the systems with one another. Easy to install. Since its appearance is very easy to see, you can easily install. There is no complex structure to get installed. Disadvantage, one node failure will cause entire failure. Difficult to diagnose faults because of suppose if 98th node is creating a problem, it would be difficult for you to analyze each one of the node and to go to till 98th node. That way it is difficult to diagnose. network reconfiguration is difficult and it is not robust. Okay, so coming on to the next topology. So by the time we have covered star, bus, ring, the next topology we have is our mesh topology, which is most widely being.
Your voice is breaking.
Okay. Is it clear now? Is it clear now? Better now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so talking about the mesh topology, what does mesh topology do is that one node is connected to more than one node. You can see it even in the picture that one single node is connected to so many other nodes at the same time. So, and also it is extension of point-to-point network. What does point-to-point network say? That two devices can communicate directly without being involvement of any hub or server in between them. So if two persons talk directly, that the communication also becomes effective and that is more in fact speedy. So in that case, point-to-point network, mesh topology is only extension of it. That says that each node is in direct communication with the destination node. That is what your mesh topology says. Also, it says that one node can be connected to many other nodes. Now, why is it so important? Because it provides extensive backup. What in which way? That suppose if my this node gets failed, so even though it's not like I lost the connection with this one, I can reach to this node by different paths. I can reroute my data as I can go like this and I can reach to this node. Or I have even different paths, like I can go like this and I can reach to my destination. So even in case of this direct network failure, I have different routes to reach there. So in that way, I can always back up my data. It's not like if the connection is broken up, I cannot really connect with that node anymore. Or I lost my all the data and all, because I can connect or I can send my message still to that network or node using different paths. So in that way, mesh topology is very helpful for us. So that is what your mesh topology says. Repeating it again, that there are different nodes. Each node is connected to different nodes or maybe all other nodes to whomsoever it wants. Now, this mesh topology is an extension of point-to-point topology, which says that it has a dedicated connection to the node, other node. That means they can send or transmit or receive the messages directly without any help of any other server or hub. Now, it is very helpful for the backup, because even if the case of network failure with any one of the nodes, even we can reach to that particular node by rerouting ourselves. The route can be changed, and in another way we can reach to the same node and can transmit our data. So in that way, mesh topology is considered to be very important. So coming on to its advantage, the first advantage is it is robust. Why is it robust? That means even if one of the network will fail, then also it will not affect the rest of the nodes, because everyone has a dedicated connection with one another. So suppose if my connection breaks with any one of the student, that doesn't mean that my connection has been broke with another students also, because we are having dedicated connection with each one of the students. So in that way, it is robust. Fault is diagnosed easily, because if I'm in communication with you and if you are a faultier, I can easily diagnose it that this is the fault over here, and they have a dedicated connection. So if one of them is not responding, clearly it can be identified that that particular node has been fault. Next we have is it provides security and privacy. Why? Because we have a dedicated connection. Everything just rotates around dedicated point to point, dedicated point to point. That is what its specialty is. Why do you think it is secure? Because we have a dedicated connection. If it is between two persons directly, then it is much more secure than keeping it into the centrally and then transferring it using server or hub would always be a risky in case of security. So in that way, it provides security and also privacy. Then what about the disadvantages of it? So its disadvantage, as you can directly see from picture only. So many cables are required. So its installation then becomes quite difficult because all the nodes have a dedicated connection. And if the number of nodes increases, its dedicated connection will also increase. So in that case, its cost of cable will definitely increase because the cables will be so many, and also its installation and configuration would be very difficult for one to do. And if the configuration is difficult, its maintenance will be very high. That's what your mesh topology says. Any doubts? Then we can repeat it now. Okay, coming on to the any doubts, Akansha?
Ma'am, can you explain the robust point again in the advantages?
Robust says that, okay, sorry, I moved forward. Robust says that even if one of the node gets fails, it doesn't mean that the other network will stop working. That's what your robust says. That it will not affect the other networks. It's not like ring topology that if one network or node has got failed, the others will also stop working. It is not like that. Here, even if the one node gets failed, another will still be working like star topology.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on to hybrid topology, as the word says, hybrid means mix of some 2 or 3 topologies. So the combination of such 2 or more topology is known as your hybrid topology. It could be a star and bus topology. It could be a bus and ring topology. Whatever the topologies do you consider yourself to get mixed, you can mix them and make an hybrid topology from there. So now see, every topology has their own pros and cons. And if you combine both of them, definitely their pros and cons are also going to be added in your topology also. So suppose if we think about star and bus topology, which you are combining together. So see, bus topology has an advantage that it requires very less cable. So hybrid topology will also get an advantage that it also requires very less cable since we are using bus topology inside it. Now, star topology says that you already have discussed that only 5 or 6 nodes can get connected to stars. So in that way, it is not scalable. But if we want to increase number of nodes to get attached to it, we can definitely increase the hubs. So if 2 hubs are there, we can attach 10 systems or 10 nodes to that. So in that way, we can increase the number of nodes to the star. So that would also become an advantage for hybrid topology if they are using it, that the number of nodes which you are using can be increased. So let's move on to the advantage and see how the advantage of hybrid topology is changing. So read on the first instruction which says we can choose the topology based on the requirement. For example, if scalability is our concern, again repeating, scalability means you can grow the number of nodes. That means number of nodes you can increase in it. Scalability means you can increase as well as you can decrease without any problem. So if scalability is your concern, that means if you want, sometimes you'll be requiring to remove the nodes or sometimes you will be requiring to add more nodes, then you can always use star topology instead of bus topology, or you can use a combination of both the topologies. Second, scalable, as we can further connect another computer networks with the existing network with different topology. Okay, that I have explained the same thing over here, what scalability means. And similarly, if you want to use a low cable length device nodes, then you can always choose your bus topology over star topology. This is what your advantage of hybrid topology says. Disadvantage, it actually hybrid topology के कोई अपना personal advantage or disadvantage नहीं है, but it all depends on the topology you are using to connect in this. The next disadvantage you'll be having is your fault detection is difficult. That is in the case of your, if you're using bus topology, because in bus topology the fault detection is very difficult because as the data will be traveling to each node and then figuring out which node is the fault one. Installation is difficult because if 2 topologies will be connected together, definitely its installation is going to become a difficult one for us. And design is also complex. and so the maintenance will also become expensive. Why design is complex? If two topologies you will be adding together, see, if two topologies you are connecting together, its own structure and then this own structure all will be combined together, automatically its installation and design will become difficult for you. Any doubts in hybrid topology? Yes, no? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I
No.
guess only Himanshu, Akansha, and Anushka are there in the class. Rest of them are all sleeping. Okay, coming on to the tree topology. It's all your loss and gain. Depends on you how much you take it. Okay, the next topology we have is the tree topology, which is actually not in your syllabus, but since it is also considered to be a part of topologies when we discuss about computer network topologies, it also comes into the picture. So I've just taken it for your information. So the tree topology says that we have one root and all the tree grows on it. In the similar way in tree topologies, it is an inverted image of tree. That means upside down. So here this particular system works as your root and it is only responsible for sending or transferring the signals from one device to another. Now it follows your parent-child relationship so that it will be considered as a parent and it has two childs. So when the data is sent from here, both the child will receive it, but they will just check for it whether the address is for which particular child or which particular node. And according to the node, then it will be transferred, it will be accepted by that particular node. Now, this node is going to have again two childs. So this will be again transferring the data to both of them to which particularly it belongs. So in this way, it will get move on. It will get more expanded and expanded. So this is the way your tree topologies structure is like, and it works like. It generally takes only those application which has to work in a hierarchical flow. If the flow is not hierarchical, then you cannot use this tree topology over here. Now it has some advantage like expansion of node is possible and easy. Why expansion is easy? Because each node can have again two childs, again here also two child, here also two childs, and again two childs. Similarly, more you can more have or more childs could be added. So in that way, expansion is easily managed and maintained because every time the parent is responsible for the child, so it can be easily managed. Error detection can be easily done because if one particular node is creating any problem, it would be like parent would be aware about it, then can send a message to the host by following the hierarchical form, and then in that way it could be easy for the error detection. Disadvantage is that it is heavily cabled. So many cables are required. Why? You can see over here 1, 2, then again 2 more here, then 2 more here. So it's increasing exponentially. In the first level, only 2 cables were there. In the second level, 4 cables were required. In the next cable, it will be 8 or more. So it is just increasing exponentially. So disadvantage would be heavily cabled. It is costly since the cables are required so many, so it is costly. If more nodes are added, maintenance is difficult because if the nodes will be added more and more, the data transfer would be kind of difficult because they do not have a repeater as the ring topology is having. So then till there the data should actually be reached. So in that way its maintenance will become difficult. And also central hub fails, network fails. So this is all hub from where the data is coming actually. If it fails, everything gets failed. The complete network gets failed. So in that way, that would be one disadvantage of your tree topology. Next we have is our graph topology. This is just for your information that graph topology is something like there are so many nodes which is not necessary for them to get connect, which is not necessary for individual node to get connected with all other nodes that you can see in the picture, that this node is connected to even this and also to this, but not to this. So graph topology is something like the nodes are connected in arbitrary fashion. That means in any way they are connected to one another, and one node can have multiple connection also or may not have even a single connection, but they are just connected somehow with one another, and that is what your graph topology says. So now coming on to the last slide, we say factors to select topology. We have star, bus, ring, mesh, hybrid, tree, graph. Then which to select and which not to select. So we'll just discuss about the main topologies which we have is like mesh, bus, star. So when do we select factors affecting them? Is first is your cruciality of work, how important your work is. Do you want your data to get lost or not? So that is completely in the mesh topology, because you know that mesh topology has a backup plan also. So it avoids the loss of data. So in that case, you can use more mesh topology. If you talk about cost, the bus topology would be very efficient. If you talk about length of the cable, already bus topology requires very less cable, as we all are aware about. So we can use again the bus topology. If you discuss about future growth, that's when you want to increase the number of nodes to many level, then you can always use star topology, because by increasing the number of hubs, we can increase so many nodes to it. So in that way, it is very scalable. So we can use the star topology for that. Communication media, this is only for the point if we are like on hilly areas or somewhere where bus topology cannot be used, because bus topology is a linear form of topology. If there is an uneven heights or hilly areas are there, then the star topology would be better considered than bus topology. So that's all for the day. Any doubts? Any doubts to anyone?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, then before moving, I would like to ask Ishan, can you please unmute yourself? What is robust?